Hi again, my name is Natasha and welcome to my video all about customer service etiquette. Now, we've all paid for a service and or expected some incredible service from a place or person and been left disappointed. You know what I'm talking about. So what is customer service? Let's get the geeky definition out of the way. Now, the term customer service is a noun and defined as the work of looking after customers and ensuring their satisfaction with one's business and its goods or services. Now, modern consumers are aware of the right to a high standard of customer care. Customer care is very important to us. It's usually the line used by most businesses, and you must understand that as someone who's worked in one form of communication role to another, I experience goods and services very differently than the average person. Now, I look for special touches that make customers feel appreciated. I listen to the conversations between staff and customers, and I've always appreciated the high level of customer experience training that a company provides its employees. Now, I recently went to Hawaii for a dream vacation. I practically drained my bank account dry to fund it, and I genuinely had a holiday of a lifetime. However, on my way home during a 22-hour journey home, I was seated on a 16-hour flight in a seat with some metal box thing that didn't allow me to move my legs. When I got back, my foot had swollen so much that I practically had to perform surgery on my own foot as it looked like two grapefruits had grown on it. Yes, it's disgusting, it's gross, I know. Now, do you know who David Dow is? Well, if I show you this picture, it may ring bells. David Dow is one man who was dragged out of the United Airlines flight for no justified reason. It made huge media story and showed that customer service in 2017 seriously needs to be redressed by some companies out there. Now, I'm not one of those serial complainers, but I raised my own issues with United Airlines when I experienced a problem with them. However, after raising my concerns, I was shocked to have received a $100 off my next flight with them. With all due respect, I don't ever want to use them again. So in my opinion, it's a pretty lame gesture. If someone ever comes to you with a genuine complaint and concern, do take it seriously. There is nothing worse than feeling your complaint and concerns are either being ignored, they're being sidelined, or worse, they're being fallen upon deaf ears. Now, I remember back in the day, all companies used to have a policy. You'll know what I'm talking about when I say it. The customer is always right. And it makes me really, really sad that it does not seem to be the case these days. Companies do not often care about their clients and customers and just think, oh well, if they don't like it, once they've paid for it, tough luck. I've seen it in sales. Many sales assistants speak and look at their customers like the dirt on their shoes. And that is in no way acceptable. Nor is saying this line, I can't do anything. Unless you physically can't do anything, don't say it. So let's just break it down. Yes, there are some people who will play the system. There are some people who are going to milk the system for their own gains, for their own benefits, but don't give the rest of the population a bad name just because of a spoiled few. Many people will be genuine and unfortunately will bear the brunt of a person's wrath for no reason. So if you work in customer service environment, here are some things that you may indeed find helpful. Number one, are you ready for this? It really doesn't cost anything to smile. When you're helping someone, we've all had bad days. Yes, we've all had days when our parent is sick. We've been rushing to make it to our child's football match. Yes, we've been trying to arrange a time with a plumber to come round when a pipe in the attic bursts. But in case you need reminding, it's not your customer's fault. So whatever is bugging you, suck it up and get on with your job. Number two, many people in sales roles have targets. I get it. You're working to earn that bonus, that holiday, that promotion, or whatever you want from your employer. But it does not mean that in a rush to hit your target, you do a shoddy job with the paperwork, often leaving the customer completely clueless in the doghouse once you get their signature on the dotted line. And also, once the paper is signed and the deal is done, if that person ever comes back with a question or an issue, deal with it. Think about it. You've taken this person's money. You've taken their time. You've got them to invest in something. And once you've got what you want from them, it's a game over scenario. No. For the record, once again, it's not cool on any level and really, really poor customer service. Albert Einstein once said that if you can't explain it simply, then you don't understand it well enough yourself. If you can't clarify something, ask for help or more training. You won't look bad, I can assure you. In fact, your boss will appreciate your desire to learn and improve yourself. Now, another point worth noting is that we all have busy lives and we have things to do. When you are in a customer service role, I accept that you are not a machine or an alien who does not have responsibilities like the rest of us. So when a customer is speaking to you or asking you for help, for the love of God, stay off your phone. Now, I know it's an addiction to be on your handset, but the amount of places I've been to and seen an assistant on their phone, having a personal call, in the midst of dealing with a query, it honestly puts people off, and the vast majority of time a business will lose good money and also a good customer in the process. Number 4, if you are a seller or a salesperson or want to promote a product or service, do not ever push or force people to buy, invest in you, your product, or your service. Now, all businesses and staff want to look good for their bosses to get that gold star, that pat on the back, or moment of glory. You know what I mean. Just remember in the process to not promise the world to your customers just because your boss is saying so. At times, companies will try so hard, and I mean genuinely push their products, it will drive you mad. I'm sure you've all heard those dreaded 3-letter words. PPI, aka Payment Protection Insurance. It was all the rage after 2000, and after the financial crisis, banks have been forced to pay out millions of pounds for mis-selling. Now, if you work in sales or have some morals and don't mis-sell, I have seen many elderly people on pensions being offered high interest loans, which they and their advisors know full well they can't pay. Yes, and they've been pressured into signing the dotted line because they have a target to meet. Now, we all want success, but it shouldn't be to the detriment of another person's life. Just have a bit of a conscience. So take a leaf out of Google CEO Sundar Pichai's life and remember one thing. The right moral compass is about thinking what the customer wants as opposed to what you want. Another point worth mentioning is, and lastly, number 5, as someone who lacks much patience in traffic jams, yes, I'm going to put my hands up and say, I'm going to bring in Bill Gates on you. The man behind Microsoft knows what he's talking about quite clearly. He once said that patience is the key element to success. One of the most important attributes when in client or customer dealing roles, you need to explain and deal with customers to explain something in simple terms. So imagine you're talking to a child. If you have, and the message has been received loud and clear, there won't be any problems in future. Yes, it might irritate you. You might feel like it's taking up all your time. You might even feel like a parrot, but at least you will not be mis-selling or providing a bad customer experience to the person in front of you. Now, the CEO of Amazon, his name is Jeff Bezos, once said that your brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. And these days, social media and word of mouth are pretty powerful when it comes to creating a strong and successful brand. Just think of the likes of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Amazon, YouTube, Windows, Disney, and even your own household brands. If you follow the following pointers, then your willingness to do this shows your customer 3 very important things. Number 1, that you care about getting it right. Number 2, that you are willing to keep going until you get it right. And thirdly, that the customer is the one who determines what right actually is. And hopefully it'll lead to you making more money and actually providing a good service instead of just claiming to be. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.